Did everyone enjoy the lunch? Hey, all right, great. So I do have your attention now. That's great. We are getting ready to start our speaker portion of our program. And we are fortunate today to have Lisa Garrison with us. Lisa is with UnitedHealthcare, and she put this program together to help us manage our food budget in a healthy way. And so I think this is something that is like the perfect time to start thinking about how to make your food dollars stretch with, we don't even want to talk about my prices these days. But so I'm going to go ahead and give this microphone over to Lisa, and she'll take it away.
Thank you, Susan. Can you all hear me? Okay. Yes. All right. Okay. All right. Does that work? All right. My name is Lisa Garrison. As Susan said, I work for UnitedHealthcare Community Plan of Kentucky, which is our Medicaid plan. And I'm here to talk to you about tips for stretching your food budget, or your dollars that you may get through your Medicare Plan A or your Medicaid, or just working in the community. We all have a budget. Sometimes we spend it very carefully, and sometimes we want to spend it too much. And sometimes inflation works against us, and we have to make choices. But all the time, we want to try to stay healthy. So that's what this talk is about. So, easy ways to save money on our groceries. We've got to think about what we are saving for. We have to set a goal for that item, whether it's, say, a really great gourmet pizza from the frozen food section, or a rotisserie chicken that you don't used to get, which I rarely get from the deli, but they are really good when I do. So, and then you need to set a picture to remind yourself, okay, that's what I'm going to be saving for. That's what my luxury item is. I'm going to go there. So one tip, the first tip, this makes a lot of difference, is to shop at the right stores. Grocery stores like Aldi and Walmart, they offer bargain pricing. Aldi is a really good store to go to. So if you live near an Aldi or an Aldi on a bus route, going to Aldi is really good because not only are their prices extremely competitive, all of their items have no fruit hydrates or corn syrup, so it makes those things healthier. They have a really wonderful produce section, and they help. They make choices for you to kind of help you keep the healthy side in check with your not so Walmart is bigger and gives you a lot more options, and it is bargain prices, like you may be aware. But they also have a lot of healthy options. You just have to be careful where you shop in Walmart, not the processed food aisles, but the more whole food aisles. You can also get really good bargains at Costco and Sam's Club if you have the room in your house to buy things in bulk. It is a little pricier from the front end, but the price per item is lower because you're buying more all at once. There's also ways to get organic food at cheaper prices. I think there is a Trader Joe's here in Lexington. I think
on
it's
Nicholasville Road.
in Nicholasville. That is
Oh, Nicholasville.
on Nicholasville Road. Okay, it is a wonderful opportunity there to get organic foods at reasonable cost. And of course, inflation is playing havoc with a lot of our prices, but you can still get really good deals at Trader Joe's. And even better, go to your local farmers markets. They've started up already. I don't know how many there are. I know there's one with the Black Soil Group. They have a farmers market. I know that there is Good Foods, which is a co-op here in in Lexington. You can go there to get groceries at a competitive rate. But support your local farmers because they're out there growing the vegetables, and if you go from the farm to the farmer's market, that's your best chance of getting the most healthy fruits and vegetables to your door. And if you don't have, say, some items that you need to finish your recipe or your lunches, and you need to do a quick trip, you could go to Dollar Tree or Dollar General. They all have dry food areas. They do have frozen food and refrigerated food. But while the prices are competitive, the choices are limited. So that wouldn't be my first choice for buying groceries. But they do have really good prices. And you can find some healthy options there. So before you go to the store, what do you think is the first thing to remember when you're going grocery shopping? Anybody have any idea?
Your money.
Well, yes, don't forget your money. Well, should you go to the grocery store when you're hungry? No. Because you're going to probably spend more money. So go to the store with a plan. Have a little snack before you go. Maybe eat a banana or something like that. But plan out what you're going to make for the week, maybe, and plan your shopping list. So go with a shopping list. Some people really enjoy planning their meals for the full week, some for a couple of days at a time, so that they can go more frequently to the grocery store. Check your fridge, your pantry, and your freezer to see what you have, see what you've gone through, and then make a list of what you're missing. Build your meals around what you already have in your fridge and your freezer and your pantry. So if you already have rice and red beans in your pantry because you didn't use them a couple weeks ago, maybe plan to make some jambalaya or some red beans and rice. And then go to the store and buy the things that you don't have for that recipe. That way you're not spending extra money on things you don't need and then just keep on your shelf and in your refrigerator. After you've made your plan for your meals and after you've made your list for shopping, look for coupons and look for discounts. I know that most people get circulars in their mail that you can click the coupons. Some people still get the newspaper where they have plenty of coupons on Sunday. But if you have an app, if you have a smartphone, many of our grocery stores now have apps. I learned at Walmart yesterday that you can check prices of anything in the store by just having your app and scanning the price right there. I thought they still had the scan in the store options, and I asked the lady, I said, how much is this loaf of bread? And she's like, I can't find it, and I walked away. And she's like, well, we don't have those scan things anymore. I'm like, really? She said, we want everybody to do it on their phone. So I looked up my app, I brought it up, and she taught me how to use it. And I was like, I'm so glad I learned something else today. I'm done for the day. I don't need to go anymore. So that's one you can do. You can also plan your meals, and you can set your grocery list on these apps. Kroger's app has a way you can say, okay, I want that food, and that food. Add it to my grocery list. Take that list with you, open your app, and it can help you. I do not know if it has the voice option to read it off back to you, but I think that'd be a really cool adaptation if the companies could do that. The next thing you need to do is stick to your list. That's what I have a problem with. I go in and I have a list and I have say 12 items, but I come out with like 25 items in my cart and I've ended up spending more than I planned because companies do a really good job of marketing, saying, hey, you really need that thing on the account. But try to stay close to what you have on your list so you don't spend more than you want to. So, quiz time. Are healthy foods, it says healthy foods cost more. True or false? How many say true? Raise your hand. Healthy foods cost more. How many say false? Raise your hand.
Good day.
Okay.
So either way.
It depends. Okay, that's good.
I guess it depends on what you're buying.
It does. And technically it's false, but you gotta look for what you're buying. So say for instance, you're looking for a tropical fruit. That might cost a little more because here in Kentucky, we don't grow pineapples or mangoes or papayas. Those are imported in from further distances. But say apples, we grow a lot of apples in Kentucky. We've got several different apple orchards. So those will cost more cheaper. Will be more cheaper. Will be more cheap for you to buy. Definitely know my words, I apologize. So think about those things when you go and shop. And be mindful about what you're eating. So what does that mean? So let me give you some statistics. 4 out of 10 Americans are obese, which is the extreme part of the weight scale. When you are eating less, you are buying less, which saves money, but it also helps you as being healthy. So if you watch your portions, you are going to be healthier and you're going to spend money. That's my area of struggle is portion control. I will go back for seconds, or I will put too much on my plate and then I will end up having to put it away. Or leftovers the next day, or even in the trash because my eyes were too big for myself. So portion control is key for you to stay healthy and to save money. Also, the thing that's good is to not serve everything all at once. A lot of us like to eat family style and put everything out on the table and it's right there in front of us when we are serving our meal. A better strategy would be keep it in the kitchen, warm on the stove or on the counter if it doesn't need to stay warm. And if you want seconds, get up out of your seat, go to the kitchen, get seconds and come back. That way it's not right in front of you saying, hey, I'm here, you need to eat me. So just go to the kitchen and get more if you're really still hungry. Save what you don't use for leftovers. Don't just throw them in the trash. Or, even better, you can box them up and share them with a neighbor or one of your friends that may live in the nursing home if they allow you to take the food for them. Because we're in a hospital, because I know some of my friends, when they're hospitalized, they're there for several days and they don't get home food, they get hospital. Not quite the same. And here's a really good strategy that I should use more. When you go to a restaurant, you can save money and be more healthy by splitting the meal that they give you. When they bring you your order, ask for a to-go box right away and say, cut that in half and put it in your to-go box and save that for lunch the next day. Because that gives you an extra meal. And 9 times out of 10, the portions they give you at the restaurants are way more than calorie-wise you should be eating at that meal. Another strategy is to stop drinking as much full sugar juice, and you can do that by diluting it. Sometimes it doesn't taste as good if you dilute it too much, so just gradually. This is what I did when my children were little when I was trying to wean them off of juice. I would put like an 1/8 of a cup of water and then more juice, and then 1/4 of a cup until it was mostly water and not juice. And so it was a real treat when they got full sugar juice. That's a strategy. It doesn't only also help you make healthy, it also makes sure juice will go longer. Longer. Another tip, number 4, do your own food prep. Do it yourself. Don't buy it pre-made. So you can chop your vegetables. I know it's really easy to get those carrots in the little bags where they're ready to go and grab and go eat. Instead of that, get a bundle of carrots, peel them, cut them into strips, put them in plastic containers so that you can put them in the fridge, and then pull out what you need every time you have a meal, whether it's roasting them in the oven, which is a really healthy way to serve carrots, steaming them, or grabbing the carrot sticks for your lunches, for your snacks. The reason that's more effective is the more money you spend for others doing the work, that money is going into their pocket, not yours. Plus, if you eat things that are closer to the ground, they are healthier. What I mean by that is, if you get that bundle of carrots, not processed, not cut, not peeled for you, that's even more natural and more healthy for you in the long run. And it's also cheaper than those bags of carrots. Cook from scratch. I know it takes a little work, but oftentimes it makes it much better and it's healthier for you. And another way to get your farmer's market into the mix is look for the produce that's in season. So right now, strawberries are really, really ready to be purchased. They're fresh, they're red, they're super sweet. I just got a little plant of blueberries in my share this week. I support a farmer through community shared agriculture. So their blueberries came in. So blueberries are in season. Apples aren't quite in season, but they will hopefully be really, really good in the fall. So blueberries, strawberries, those things are in season. Go to your farmers markets and see what they have as well. Tomatoes are already in season, so they may not be red, but who doesn't love a fried nice tomato? So the other thing you can do is consider buying in bulk, like going to Costco or going to Sam's, or buying things in a bigger box, more servings, so it costs less overall, even though that front investment is a little bit more. Another quiz. There's a simple trick that could save you as much as 30% on items that you buy at the grocery store. What do you think it is? Anybody want to try? Well, it's to buy their brand, their store brand or a generic brand of the product. So Equate is a brand that is also the Walmart brand. So if you go to the store and you are buying cereal, you will see store brand Cheerios and Walmart brand Cheerios. Or you will see the store brand Excedrin, if you're buying over-the-counter medicine, and the store brand or the Equate brand. And usually it's at least 30% cheaper to buy the store brand or a generic brand of the product. So that's a really good strategy. And a trick that I did when my children were younger, because I really wanted to save money, was I kind of did an experiment. And I took regular Cheerios and Walmart Cheerios, and I bought them both at the same time, and I fed them to them at different days, and I had no complaints from anybody. So I knew that they basically tasted the same. So I kept buying the Walmart Cheerios because I needed to save the money. Now, this is a big challenge, but did you know that you can turn your kitchen into a food factory? A food factory. You can make multiple meals at once, and that helps save money. Charlie's shaking his head like, no, ma'am, not going to do that. Well, if you get people together and do it as a social thing, it is really effective because you can plan your meals all at once. You can make like 5 meals at a time, put them in separate containers, put them in the freezer or in the refrigerator, and then you can bring them out, cook them in the microwave or the oven, and then you don't have to worry about it that day. So you come home from whatever you've been doing that day, you're hot and tired, you don't want to spend the time prepping your food and cooking it that evening. But you don't have to, because you can just pull something out of the freezer that you prepared for the crock pot or the air fryer, and then just open it up and put it in. That's a neat strategy to do. It saves time. Yes, Charlie? Air fryer? Yes, you can do these things in the air fryer. Are you all familiar with what an air fryer is?
Yes, I have one at home. Yeah.
What?
I have an air fryer.
Yeah, good. Air fryers are a really good tool. They help you cook things faster and more healthily than a deep fryer or even a skillet. So that's something to consider moving forward. Another quiz. True or false? It always pays to buy the largest size of a product.
No.
You all are right. Good job. Now, the key to that is reading your signs. And if you can't read it because it's too small, grab a person that's walking up down the aisle that has a vest on that says Walmart or Kroger or Trader Joe's. They will be happy to help you read through the prices, and then you'll find something that is a lower cost per item. Couple more things. Take advantage of your discounts. So when you walk into a store, you're going to maybe have circulars, or there will be signage saying buy one, get one free, or buy two and get one free. So use your coupons that you may have downloaded on your app or from your circulars in the mail or your newspapers. If you have a rebate that you have gotten from somebody, use that rebate, take it with you to the store, use your app and say, I have this rebate. Don't forget to give it to your cashier. I've done that so many times. And be sure you strategize. Know when a sale starts and when a sale ends. So don't plan on buying those strawberries, buy one, get one free on Sunday when the sale ends on Saturday. So try to make that effort to get there a little bit sooner. And time your shopping to save the most. There's usually weekly sales. There are Mondays and Tuesdays apparently are the best days to buy meat. And in the mornings when you buy, it's less busy and you can have more time figuring out what the best deals are. So you can talk to people, you can take your time and make your decisions. Reducing food waste. And this is something that I have brought, we're going to talk about, and I've brought something that you all can take home to help with this. Roughly 30 to 40% of our food goes into the trash or into our compost. So use your food up and use your leftovers for either a lunch or a snack the next day. Old and wilted vegetables are still good for soups or stir fries. Old fruit's good for baking in breads or cookies, pancakes, and even smoothies. I don't know how many people drink smoothies in here, but that's a really great way to use old kale, old spinach, old bananas. Freeze those things into a freezer bag and use them in your smoothies. It may not be good to eat. Like I love our kale salad today. That was wonderful. But eating old wilted kale, not so much. Put it in the freezer, put it in your smoothie. You will never taste it, and it gives you that extra iron and those extra vitamins. Really good way to use your extra leftovers. And there's other ways that you can use those leftovers too. So just be creative, give it some thought, maybe do some research, see how you can do that. By reducing your food waste, you're saving money, because if you made it and you haven't eaten it and you put it in the trash, that's money in the garbage. And you're not helping anybody unless you put it in the compost. So that's another thing to talk about, but that's a whole other tangent. So quiz time. If a food is past its use by date, you can still eat it. It doesn't mean that you should throw it away. True or false?
Maybe.
I like the maybe. It's true and false. So sometimes it is technically. Yes, Charlie. Sometimes, yes, that's good. So sometimes it's a shelf date, a sell-by date, and it's still good for several days afterwards. And sometimes it's a use-by date. Milk is actually good even after it's, sell-by date for a little while. Once if you keep it closed, so you buy it on Sunday and it says use by Tuesday. Do you have to throw it away on Tuesday if you've not opened it? No. You can go ahead and hold on to it for probably a couple more days, but once you've opened it, then you need to drink it really quickly. Use it in your breads or in a smoothie as well. So how can we save other money so we can spend more of it on the wonderful organic food that we want to eat? Well, you can switch your cable and internet to get a better price or negotiate with the company that you already have if you use those. You can look at your cell phone plans if you have cell phones and see which one's better so you can save some money there. There are often discounted plans. You can keep an eye on your electric bill. It's really hard this time of year since it's so hot, but maybe make it 72 instead of 68, and that does definitely affect your bottom line. If you keep getting magazine subscriptions and you don't read those magazines, like my dad sends me the Reader's Digest every every year. And I don't always read them every month. So I've got a stack of Reader's Digest that I need to read. So I told my dad, I said, hey, you can save some money if you don't send me that Reader's Digest. But I still love him and I still accept that gift because it's a wonderful thing to read. But if you are ready to say no more to Reader's Digest or no more to Women's Day or whatever you like, just cut that subscription off. And that's probably $15 a month that you save that you can put somewhere else. You can also look for discounts for the movies. You can go to the movies. So on a day when it's the afternoon matinee. Yes, a matinee instead of a feature. So you're saving probably $5 by going earlier in the afternoon. Then you can get more healthy things, or you can buy that extra popcorn, whatever you want to do. So a little bit about UnitedHealthcare and our community plan. We're one of the nation's largest providers of Medicaid service and Medicare service in the country. We are new to Kentucky. We've been in Kentucky for 1 year. This is our second year as a Medicaid choice. We offer a wide range of health plans for pregnant mothers and babies, children up to age 19, adults and families in times of financial hardship, people living with disabilities and other so serious health conditions, people who need to live independently, and seniors who qualify for both Medicare and Medicaid. We are part of UnitedHealthcare and UnitedHealth Group. We serve more than 50 million Americans, and we're happy to help you. We want to help people live healthier and happier lives, and that's why I'm here to talk to you guys today. Some things that we have in the back for you all to take home with you are a brochure about our plan. It's a little trifold brochure about free and low-cost healthcare. We have a set of 6 recipes. Open this one up so you can know what kind you're taking home. They are produced by dietitians from our company, so they are healthy. So it's a baked apple delight recipe, a berry mango delight recipe, grilled corn salsa, a winter crisp recipe, grilled peaches and frozen yogurt, and a turkey chili and corn burger recipe. So there's a package of recipes. Then there's a brochure flyer about our value-added benefits and an invitation to come to our quality member access committee meeting. It's mainly for members to offer feedback and get insight on what is working and what might not be working with their plan. But you are also welcome to join the conversation. It is a virtual meeting. You do not have to be present, but you can learn more about our Medicaid plan and what we offer. And the big thing that I have here is a meal plan container set. It's a set of 3 kind of like Tupperware containers. There's a small, medium, and large. You can use it to meal plan where you can say, I want to have a dessert, a salad, and a main dish for my lunch the next day, and know you got it in one. Or you can use it for leftovers. Either way, those are for you to take home, and they're on the back, and I can help you all get those as you leave. I also have a handout and a pen of the information I talked about today. So if you would like to take that home as a reminder, I can help you have that as well. So do you have any questions that you'd like to ask me? Yes. Let me come over there, because I can't hear you. What's your question, Bill? Bill asked about the best brand for air fryers. I don't have consumer reports in front of me, but I do know that there's a lot of choices, and any of them can catch fire if you're not careful with how you cook in it and if you don't clean it. Because as you use it, it gets leftover oil, leftover fat, leftover crumbs. If you don't clean that out regularly, those can catch fire because it is a high heating environment. So Oster is a really good brand. I do not know of others. I actually have one from Chef, so that's a really pricey one that I got as a gift. But there's a wide range of
Lisa, I
Yes.
just bought 3 air fryers.
You did, okay? Give
I
us
bought a Bella
a Bella.
and I went back and got a tableware and then
Tableware.
gave a tableware away. So
Oh.
I have 3.
Do you have one you like best?
Don't make sure when you're shopping, they don't get a digital touchscreen.
Okay,
They need to get the one that has the dial knob so they can use their bump dots and they can use it.
all right.
I bought a digital the first time and
Yeah.
thought I could put bump dots on it for him to use. And the moment he touches that touch screen, it scrambles the menu. So that's why I went back and got the other one.
Okay.
But
So what she's saying is buy the air fryers
with
with the
the
knobs,
dials.
with the dials and the knobs, so that you can put the bump dots on there and be able to tell how to navigate that system. Thank you for that. That's excellent. Thank you all. I appreciate your time.
Okay, this is Susan again, and I just wanted to make a couple of announcements before everybody starts getting ready to leave. And then we will have food distribution for those of you signed up for food distribution. But next month, which is our 4th Wednesday lunch and learn, I have a surprise for you. We are going to have Dr. Jaika be our speaker.
Awesome.
Dr. Jaika, who is the director of the Sanders Brown Center on Aging and Alzheimer's Research. And being the director, you know, he is a neurologist specializing in memory. And he will talk to us about the healthy brain, so you do not want to miss that. Yeah, we're just very fortunate to have him be our speaker next time. Secondly, those of you who are interested in the American Council of the Blind Convention, you can get the program downloaded by going to the acbconvention.org website. So if you're already kind of interested in what's going on there, that gives you the program. We passed out a number of different ways you can access the programming at our membership meeting, and I have some additional handouts on that as well. If you didn't get one, I'll be happy to get you one of those. So that's all I wanted to say. We're going to go ahead and start our food distribution now. And if you'll just line up at this door here to my right. I'm up here. Okay? And we will start the food distribution. Thank you.